T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everybody, you want to see it? I'm not going to waste your time. Siege Springer, here's the box, there's the box. It's going in the trash. Yay! I'm getting like Emgo. Sorry, didn't mean to copy him. But anywho, I'm pretty sure he may not be the first person that threw a box away on camera. But problems I have with this guy, to get him out of the way because I like this figure. These ankles, they rock forward and back. They are a bit loose, but you can kind of get it into a sweet spot and pray. The only bad thing is they rest like right here, but he's leaning back, so that's not too helpful. I can't think of a good way to position him that would still look good if you want to rest it like that. So just get him to the position. Actually, don't put him on the shelf on a vanilla pose. I wouldn't trust it, to be honest, because they really come forward. But anywho, outside of that nitpick, I kind of wish his head would go up more, and the way it's sculpted, or the way the post goes up in the center of his head, there's no cutting that and getting extra articulation. Outside of that, I like the figure and barely have anything else to complain about in this robot mode. As you can see, looks nice. Springer, just like the other generation Springer. And one more thing to complain about, I guess. This doesn't it locks in, but it doesn't lock in tight. It doesn't snap, clack. So while you're manipulating him, there's a chance that you might pull that away from the leg. So that can be annoying too. That's something I was going through. But he has good paint. This yellow right here looks like retro. It looks like yellow die-cast that's fading. I guess that's the look they've been trying to go with as far as these figures. He has that. The legs are fully painted. I don't know what color plastic they are, but this is all the way paint, if you can't tell. This lower part of his chest or his abdomen area, that's paint. Of course, the yellow is paint in both areas, and all this silver right there. The face has the same paint right here on the face with the blue and the green and yellow inside the intakes inside of his cheeks. And the back has that, and this scraping marking right there. All of this green, I'm saying just the marking, but all of this green is paint because this is one solid light green piece right there. But to get into his articulation, other than the ankles and head, the arms go out like that. That's probably as far as they go up. They're on a hinge right here that rotates like this. So there's that. He has bicep swivel. This can rotate up a little bit on both sides if you don't want them straight forward. They can rotate up a bit. The elbow bends more than 90 degrees. The wrist swivel. Waist. It stops right there. The legs, because of this design, I love this design. Whoever came up with that. I know third parties have been using it, but you can kick up high depending on how you have his waist twisted. You can kick back all the way out to the side. Thigh rotation. You don't need to do this for the transformation, but the knee bends more than 90 degrees, and that is awesome to me. You saw the ankles, they can come all the way forward, and they go back a bit, and the ankle pivot goes beyond what ankle pivot needs to do. So there's no problems with him poseability wise, basically, unless you want an ab crunch or the ability to look up higher than he's looking. Now, sometimes this is tight, so sometimes you could detach this and give him a little bit of a ugly double jointed knee, but yeah, that's that. Weapons, I like it. He comes with these two things right here. They're separate guns, or you can give him one big gun. Of course, he's known to have a sword. In this case, he has 2 swords. So, yeah, nothing to complain about. A ton of articulation. He looks good. He looks super duper G1. And he already had a Cybertronian vehicle, so they didn't have to jump to design him into something crazy. They could just make him look like he's always been looking to a certain extent. But he has a lot of accessories. He has this to form his propeller. One thing they show you, and I don't know how much you're going to be using this, but you merge these together, and of course you can put blast effects on these. Put that together, put that like this, and we can grab the sword and shove it on here. And now this is some type of rocket launcher or missile launcher or some mess. But the only problem with this is there is no locking point. So yeah, trying to make him hold that straight in this mode or vehicle mode is not really gonna work. But what they show you can do for storage is put this on his back, and he can store the swords on the sides right here. But of course, you can store this stuff how you want. What I was doing earlier was I was leaving this like that, but I like to have the guns on here. But these swords aren't stored. They aren't very secure, so depending on how you grab it, you're going to be doing that all day. But that's no big deal because the swords don't have to be there. These handles are too big to stick into anything, really. But there you are with that. And as you notice, there's a locking point for this, but depending on how you hit it, it's going to do that. So be wary of that. And here's something new for my channel. This scale does up to 11 pounds. It's very thin. Got it on Amazon. Just let me see with him and all his accessories. He's 5.4 ounces. Soundwave, I don't have his shoulder cannon on him. I need to locate that. But as you can see, he is less than 5 ounces. And even with that shoulder cannon, I'm doubting he would be heavier than that. And here is Generation Rhinox with all his weapons. So he still weighs less than Springer here. And that's an old figure. Last 2 toys I'm gonna weigh. Galaxy Upgrade Optimus right here. You see he is 12.5 ounces. And Deluxe Class Prowl, which is almost exactly half of what a Voyager costs. So that's how they're deciding these prices, I guess, depending on the weight of the plastic, more than likely. Overall, I really like his robot mode, except the loose ankle situation right there. I wish they could have figured out how to put that on a ratchet system if they could have. But anywho, transformation. There's sort of like a peg on his back, so it's kind of like you want to kind of bring this forward and then down like that. Bring it forward a bit and then down. Get them out of the way. And basically we can grab this right here, unfold that right there, bring this out, unfold that, bring the arms up to this. The hand should be straight so that that peg can go in the back of his fist. Because they have this right there, they were thinking it covers the fist. Now we can turn his head around, bring this up like this basically, bring these out, and they even put filler pieces in there for the robot mode. I forgot to mention that. Bring this down, kind of put it over the face until it pegs, come on, all the way over the face. And now these two pegs go up into this piece right here. And all of this is transparent plastic painted green, so there is a ton of paint on this figure. But now we need to rock this up to that level right there. Bring the crotch to this. You can bring this back a little bit, but don't mess with it. And now we can rotate this hinge straight up. This peg needs to go into that hole right there. And once you get to that point, you just basically gotta force it the rest of the little way. So bring that up, bring this all the way up, peg that into there, and then squeeze it. Now right here, the reason why this opens, do that so we can get this little fin out, shut it, same deal, get this little fin out, come on, shut it. And now we can latch this together right there. Bring the feet up like this. Rotate this on that fake double joint I was mentioning. Kind of bend the waist because these flaps need to get into two grooves on both sides. Around this basically. So now straighten up the waist with that like that. Kind of get things straight. And now these two pegs right there fit into ports on the feet. And these two on the outside go into the back of the leg. So lining that up can be a bit tricky, especially if you're like me behind a freaking camera. So make sure that these triangle ones clear the feet and go into the leg. But yeah, I didn't want that transformation sequence to go too long because it's really simple. But here he is in his space armored battle car mode, or whatever it's supposed to be. You can see it's not uniform. This is a little bit skinnier back here. And yeah, it rolls. You know, since they don't use pins in the wheels sometimes, they're gonna have difficulty rolling anyway. But yeah. Now, one thing that's not pinned, most of his body is pinned together. These two parts right here are not pinned, so there is the possibility that you will knock them out of whack. But as far as this mode's weapon storage, it's basically that gun again that I showed you guys, where you put everything like this. Now this has these little notches right there. I like them to be facing down, but you can do whatever you want to do when you get it. By the way, Parts Former found this for me at Walmart, if I did not mention that. But here he is, he has a gun, but it's a propeller. So it doesn't stay put, and that can be frustrating. Here he is next to Prowl. And here he is next to Soundwave. I'm gonna be honest with you, Soundwave was my favorite of the line. Kind of next to Shockwave. Yeah, they're neck and neck. But I like Springer the most now because of all of his posability. And I think he even pulls off what he's supposed to do better than Soundwave. But we are not finished. He has another mode. We can bring that up. Kind of get that out of the way. And now we need to bring this down and separate the legs. And let's rotate them this way. Alright, now these feet need to get out the way. I'll finish them towards the end. But basically separate that so that this can come out the way. Separate this so that this can get all the way out there. And now we need to dislodge the arms so we can get at these hips. The hips pull down on both sides so that the legs can get closer together. Straighten the knees so that they can click into place. Make sure that this fin doesn't go back down, but basically can snap everything together that can snap together. Snap this together. Just squeeze it as much as possible right there. Take these and bring the foot into this position right there so that they can fit onto here. This kind of reminds me of Alan a little bit, the way the feet rearrange, so that's cool. And now these pegs go into a different spot on his foot and hold these leg panels together. Now these were up front, but now we need to bring this down and oh wait, we need to open this up, take this out, pull this panel away from the arm, rotate it this way, get the arm back up. Now this is one thing I don't like. This kind of just floats there. There's no like real locking point. I mean, this little piece right there stops it from going down more, but that's what you're going to be working with. Let's do that over here before I forget again. Bring that up, pull that out. But at least pulling that panel out isn't tremendously difficult. But now we need to get things down into this orientation. Come on, you. And peg that into this right here. Peg into that right there. Come on, you. And squeeze. Same thing. It's kind of weird. Just basically line this stuff up as best you can. Get that in there and squeeze. That's a weird step that I'm not used to having to take. But make sure nothing else comes dislodged. Take this, and that. Shove the propeller into here. And I guess we would want to make the other propeller a different direction. Put this onto there. And you're done basically. But another step you could make is take this, shove that there. That's how they have it on the instructions and on the box. But now he is a helicopter or some type of copter. The wheels are basically in the same position, so it can still roll. And he has several stand ports. There's one on the back of his butt, so I can't include that. And there's a 5mm peg here. So if you have what do they call a weaponizer or something, you can put something down here. Battlemaster, that's what they're called officially. But if you have a stand, this is my Bandai Tamashii Stage Act 4. I sound like that because I gotta say this in every video, because if I don't say it, somebody's gonna ask me. But there you are. Well, he's a little bit longer now, but he's skinnier in the back. Overall, the vehicle modes are really strong. The only thing that's not strong vehicle mode wise is in the car mode. the gun that's flopping all over the place. I wish they would have found a way to, like, if you could push it down to click it into place, that would be good. But that's the only thing I can really complain about, because this is basically what he's always looked like. Whether that looks like a viable copter to you, it doesn't make a difference, because that's what he's always looked like. I mean, it can make a difference if you care that much. He has blast effects right there, so you can make that look like thrusters. Of course, like I said, he has them on a gun, and you can port things all over the place on him, like even back here. So he's a really solid figure, a really solid purchase. I'm happy with my purchase. Thank you again, Parts Former, for finding this for me. And yeah, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you look at my playlist and whatnot. I have a whole Siege playlist. I'm going to put that in the description, and I'm going to put it with my song in a couple seconds from now. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Whee! Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.